G'day, Spartan Willie here, and welcome to episode 9 of our Motorsport Manager F1 2021 mod series. Alright, so back here with Aston Martin, trying to build them into a powerhouse. Bit of a disappointing result last time out in France, but looking to bounce back at the Red Bull Ring today. But of course, just before we get into it, I want to go through some of the comments. So we had Florentine who said, "Hi, yes, you pronounced it right. The second attempt, that's better than the average person that reads my name and all my classmates and teachers." So the poor bloke gets his name pronounced wrong all the time, so I'm happy I got it right. He also said, "Another great upload and keep up the good work." Thanks so much. And then we have Camillex who said I also pronounced it correctly, which is I'm 2 from 2. And another great episode. Thanks so much for the support. And Marcy said, "No way, mate. This is pain. Love your mentality. Though. Keep it up. Loving the series." That was actually on episode 5, Monaco, where Vettel crashed out yet again. So that's a bit of a one from a while ago on a previous episode, I would say. And then Marcy also said, "Still a whole season left to get top 6. Keep going, mate." And then he asked the question, when the mod came out, the mod update, sorry, came out, did you copy the files again? Yes, I did. I made sure to make a backup because that was the episode where we only had 36 laps around Baku. So I made sure to update it, and now presumably it's got the updated laps. So yeah, just make it back up before you do anything with your game files, really, is my suggestion. But then, yeah, just redo that process of copying the files over and pasting into your directory. Again, if you want any sort of help with installation, leave it down in the comments, and also check out the video on how to install. It's in the description of all these videos. And we also had Max Doe, who said, "Vettel is so consistent though." And this was in episode 5 as well, Monaco, when he crashed out for like the 4th time this season, or 5th, because Hulkenberg crashed out as well. But yeah, Vettel painfully consistent. But now he's finishing races, which is exactly what we want to see. And Trey George says, "Hopefully points at the Red Bull Ring." Another good episode. Thanks so much, Trey. Yeah, hopefully get some points at the Red Bull Ring. It would go very nicely. All right, so yeah, thank you so much for leaving those comments. Make sure to leave a like as well, and subscribe if not already. Remember, try and reply to every single comment. Sorry if I somehow miss your comment. But yeah, I shouldn't. I shouldn't miss your comment. I don't really have that excuse yet. But let's get into the episode. All right, so Red Bull Ring time. Now, of course, it's back-to-back weekends between this and France, so not much time to really do much with the car. But we are going to improve the engine enough to the reliability to get it through a race weekend. I don't know why that felt so wordy, but I eventually got it out. So yeah, Vettel does now have a closer engine performance to Stroll. Still a bit of a gap, but we're going to obviously design more engines and just keep building on the engine so we can shoot our way up the grid, preferably. But yes, you know what we do. 8th place, 12 supersets, 2 mediums, and 6 softs. So I'm going to go through practice and Q1, and I'll see you for Q2. Okay, so wet and wild Q1 sees Valtteri Bottas go out in Q1. Insane scenes here. George Russell comfortably out. We're in 3rd and 5th. We're the only 2 drivers, I think, yeah, only 2 drivers who went out in the slicks because of my perfect timing. The AI couldn't quite get it. It was still a bit wet on track, but as you can see there, the slick's still faster than the inters. And can we just talk about that gap between 1st and 2nd? It is literally 0.001 of a second between Perez and Leclerc at the top. So, if it's as similar as Q2 as it was to Q1, which it doesn't look like, it looks like it's fined up a little bit. It could be in Q3, and a bit of rain at the end. So do we send him out straight away? I think we do, and then just try and get another lap in. We kind of want to play with Vettel's setup a little bit. His handling has got a bit of a way to go still. There we go. That'll do. That'll get him back to that great. And we'll let him go down the end of the pit lane, but we sort of got to be quick here if we want a second run in dry conditions. We might still be pushing it, but we'll give it a go here. Give our drivers, I think I'd rather have 2 laps because they sort of sometimes have dodgy laps. So if we can get him back in for that second run before the rain hits, we could be right. Or it might be a tight. Quick, boys. Quick out lap. I mean in lap, and there's going to need a quick out lap. We're not going to be able to do it, are we? I think the rain's going to hit mid-lap. Alright, stop. Send him out straight away. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We still have to be faster than everyone else on dry tyres, which just doesn't look like it's going to happen either way. So Q2, I mean, we don't really want to be in Q3 anyway, because then we're stuck on these tyres. So, and the rain hits, and Stroll didn't even start his lap by the time the rain hit. So that's Q2 watered out. Anyone who's in the elimination zone won't improve now on Inters. So that's that done now. We go 13th, 14th, which isn't terrible, I guess. It's pretty much where we've been all year. It's a bit annoying to have a Williams in front of us, like always, but you know, you only do so much. And there's no way Norris and Yuki set faster lap times on Inters. Is that just the tyre they're on now? Maybe they're the only cars that went out. I'm not really sure, but Q2 exit for us. I'll see you for the race. All right, race day. Let's do it. Red Bull Ring. It doesn't look like there's going to be rain, which I know there's going to be a lot of rain. Oh my goodness. So monsoon conditions there. Look how fast the rain's going to hit, and it's going to be extremely wet. So an exciting race. If we can get to lap 18 on one tyre set, around 18, that is going to be lovely stuff. So soft tyres and race trim is going to be the setups for sure. Oh, sorry, the data we use. Car setup, we're not going to take the chance on the super softs. I like the soft tyre, always have this season. Soft tyre and driver strategy. Take it easy. Vettel, you can go overtake on the engine mode. So Lewis on pole, followed by Verstappen, Leclerc, Ricardo, who's doing really well in this season, always getting on that second row, which is great to see. Perez, and down here we have Bottas, funnily enough, down in 16th. See how quickly he shoots up the grid. But here we go. Red Bull Ring, drive on board with Stroll here as he's our driver in front. 2 times speed. Let's go, lads. Red Bull Ring, what a move down the outside of the AlphaTauri. Moves into the Alpine. He's got 2 Alpines in front of him. Gets past Alonso. Lovely work. Vettel down in 13th, but he's actually moved up a position. And Alonso is on worn Supersofts, obviously, because he made Q3. So we definitely want to be looking to overtake him because we are on the better tyre, really. Well, we are. They're on worn tyres. So look how good this mod looks. I know I say it every episode, so I won't say it anymore, but you know, you got to appreciate it. And look at this. What racing from the lads. Chuck it in 4 times. We've got 70 laps around this circuit, so plenty of time. And Bottas is shooting up that grid quite a lot. He's already in 12th. Hopefully we can keep fighting here. We're going to chuck this back on neutral and high. We've got to get in sort of the rhythm of this race, find our spot, and start putting in some nice clean lap times. We can probably kill these tyres a bit more actually, realistically. So gun these tyres. We don't want to push too hard with Vettel, but I think him crashing is behind us now. I've just jinxed it. I've really just jinxed it. But with the Uden theory, he's behind Stroll, so Lawrence won't shake him out. So we've already established that is clearly the reason why he keeps crashing. But we're the only ones on the softs, and we're doing pretty well considering. I mean, yeah, so Yuki's already had to pit. He might have had damage, but I don't think like Norris is going to have to pit up there. Those tyres won't make it. There's no point taking the risk. I mean, obviously, if you make Q3, you have to. But I would have just tried to qualify on the softs if I was up there because I mean you don't know the weather I guess on qualifying. I'm on a bit of a tangent here. If you're tracking what I'm saying, good on you. Because yeah, basically I'm talking about how you're stuck on your tyre in Q2 to Q3. It's not good for this scenario because those tyres will not make it. They're gonna have to pit before the rain. And we're in 10th and 11th, so that's a good spot, especially with all these pit stops ahead. We're going to be in good track position, and hopefully the AI do that stupid thing where they pit for inters, and we're going to go straight on the wets. So we're going to stay on the slicks on that little sort of, I can't move my mouse, but on that sort of first big jump, stay on the slicks and then go onto the wet straight away after that. So tyre deg's bad. Alright, maybe I'm talking about how good we are with the tyre strategies while our tyres are on 50% and overheating. So maybe we'll focus a bit more on that. But more drivers pit ahead. Russell's going to have to pit. Perez, Bottas. It's either they pit or they go off a cliff. We learned that the hard way last time out in France. Hamilton and Leclerc have actually pitted already. I mean, sorry, Hamilton and Verstappen. And they're still out in front. What a joke. Those cars are just ridiculously fast. Sainz splits us. He's in the Aston Martin sandwich. And we are jumping up this grid. I'm telling you, the soft tyres are a masterstroke. I had a bit of a mare last time out in France. Hopefully now I can make up for it. We don't want these tyres to get too dead though. I mean, they're sort of getting towards the end of their stint, but we still want to... If they go at 30%, that's sort of the first little drop-off. Actually, I think it's 24% the first drop-off. And then 10% they're completely gone that we saw at the end of last race. So If we just want to sort of nurture the tyres a little bit, drive a bit conservative as the rain is about to hit. I'm excited what we can do here. If they do that Inter thing, we're going to be 2 pit stops ahead of them. So could be a very good day for Aston Martin. If we can just finish here, that'll be grouse. We'll be up into 6th place. Which we definitely want to be. We want to really be pushing Alpine by the end of the season. I think McLaren is obviously gone at the moment. But like Eddie Markwick said, the Ferraris are doing pretty well this season, considering where they are in real life. That engine, the test track that they have, is good for improving the engine, obviously. So, and yes, they are going on to the Inters, so we can take advantage of that, and we really need to look after these tyres. I want a bit hard on the tyres here. No, you're staying out there. You're staying out there. Just drive nice and carefully in the wet. Please don't crash. Yeah, I know. It's not ideal, but trust, you'll save so much time. It's going to be a bit painful this next little stint, but you can do it. I believe in you. Oh, is it worth it? I mean, we're stuck with it now. We're stuck with our decision. Either way, we're going to pit onto the wets this lap just because I'm getting a bit nervous because it's going slower than I thought it was, the little indicator. But we're going to go on safe. Just, I don't want any silly mistakes. Drive mistake. Yeah, let's get him in on wets at least. Pit. Haven't made the right choice here. I don't see the point in going on inters for that tiny little block. Because it's definitely wet conditions after that for sure. So if we just look after these tyres, because we're going to be on older tyres compared to everyone else. And we are falling down the grid. But remember, everyone else has to stop. Come on, rain harder. Pick up, rain. We are dropping down the grid. Oh no, and Lance Stroll makes a mistake, but we didn't see it, so it's alright. Alright, here we go. Everyone's gonna have to box now. Yep. There we go. Come on, boys. This is an amazing sort of spectacle here. The pitch strategy is immense here. And then it's back down to inters by the looks of it after this sort of next couple blocks. And we didn't really make as much ground as I wanted to there, to be honest. I actually think we lost ground. It's sort of hard to tell, but maybe we should have done the inters. That block did last a lot more than I thought it would, to be honest. So maybe that's down to me, but it's fine. It's done now. There's not much we can really do about it. I think we got to start actually looking after these wets because the wet period is dragging on. Anyway, very wet here in the Red Bull Ring. Hopefully we can hold on to some points. I'll let you go and I'll bring you back when it's time for the next sort of pit stops. Alright, time to bring our boys back in for inters. I think inters for the rest of the race. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of another strategy. What are the inters like? So you'd say that's about a third. Yeah, I reckon we can push on the slicks. Do we split the strategy? Look, I think we follow everyone else with Stroll, and do we put Vettel on slicks? Because I think Vettel's sort of out of the hopes of getting a good position anyway. So we're going to take a punt here with Vettel because once he pits, he'll drop out. So I know you guys, I have quite a few Vettel fans, but hear me out. This could be amazing for him because it's sort of that midway point between slicks and inters. Maybe not to start. He could be very slow from the start. But we'll give it a go. He's saying he's pit for inters, which isn't always a great sign. But it's fine. We'll see where it goes when the water on track drops that a little bit more. We'll judge the difference. Yeah, this is a nightmare for him. He was out of the points anyway. Let's just remember that. Okay, I've taken a punt here, and we'll see if it pays off now as the track continues to dry out. And George Russell's crashed out. Virtual safety car. Now, this is where I have a chance to undo my mistake. Hang on. We may as well keep him out now because it is actually going to go to slick conditions in a minute. I mean, Kimi Raikkonen's crashed as well. Okay. Well, we're moving up the grid, sort of doing nothing, which we'll take. But yeah, I don't know if that Vettel gamble's really paid off, but I don't know if it's hurt us as much as I thought it was going to hurt. I don't know. It's sort of a weird middle ground, isn't it? Push and overtake. Yeah, mate. So it's damp, but I still think that's slick damp. So hopefully Vettel picks up the pace a little bit and gets Gasly, but there's a massive gap there. Yeah, I don't know. We'll judge that as a neutral. He didn't really fall, didn't really jump. Obviously, you're always going to fall when you pit, so we can't really judge that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish off this race. I'll bring it back if anything happens. Alright, so with about 3 laps to go here, we're in 8th, but I think Norris will take that position back quite easily. We're just looking out for Alonso here, our tyres just seem to die really quickly once they get down here. So I'm really hoping we don't drop out the points at least. It looks like Alonso will get us, but it's final lap time. Give it everything you got, buddy. Give it everything you got on those tyres. In 9th place, can Stroll hold on to that extra point over Alonso? It's going to be right down to the wire. Lewis Hamilton's run out of fuel in 1st place. We'll unlap ourselves. Oh no. We're idiots. We just unlapped ourselves. And now we have to go a whole nother lap. Oh no. And now Alonso will probably get us. If Lewis Hamilton didn't run out of damn fuel. Never mind, we still win it. We still win it. Alright, calm down, Spartan. You didn't win anything. We won the extra point over Alonso on tyres that are barely even there. So that's a win in our books. Go Aston Martin. That's another 2 points on the board over Alpine, who we are kind of directly fighting. We're looking to fight in the future, really, once we get a couple of engine upgrades. But yeah, long race, a lot of pit stops. I only made 5 pit stops on my drivers put together, and a lot of drivers, I think every other driver made at least 5 who finished. Yuki made 6, so plenty of pit stops. We just couldn't capitalize all the way. I think it was sort of equaled out over, they pitting, getting fresh tires, but then we were slower, obviously, because we weren't pitting for fresh tires in the right tire. At the end of the day, it all balanced out. We got 2 points. I'm happy with that. All right, so quick interview here. Which driver's better? We'll say Lance Stroll, just because we have to say someone. And yeah, it was an alright race. I mean, we got the objective to pick up points. It was the bare minimum to be, to meet the criteria of points as opposed to point. But it's points nonetheless. It's 2 points over the closing the gap to AlphaTauri, which is decent. But yeah, that's top 6 battle goes on. We're in that fight well and truly now with a couple of engine upgrades when we improve the engine as well with just using the improved parts sort of department. That'll be much better as well. But next up we've got Silverstone. So all my UK fans, remember they tried to vote this track off earlier this season. So, who knows if they try those shenanigans again. A wet qualifying. Hopefully we can pick up a good qualifying spot there as well. But that's all next episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Lots of pit stops, lots of strategic thinking. That's why it's a bit longer. And yeah, comment any of your thoughts down below if you're enjoying the series, and leave a like in the video if you are, and consider subscribing if you're not already, but I'm sure you already are. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.